troll sat alone on his seat of stone, and munched and mumbled a barreled bone. For many a year he had gnawed it near, for meat was hard to come by. Done by, gum by. In a cave in the hills he dwelt alone, and meat was hard to come by.
Up came Tom with his big boots on, said he to the troll, pray what is yon? For it looks like the shin of me Uncle Tim, as should be a lying in a graveyard. Caveyard, paveyard. This many a year has Tim been gone, and I thought he were lying in the graveyard.
My lad said, Troll, this bone I stole, but what be bones that lie in a hole? Thine uncle was dead as a lump of lead, afore I found his shin bone, tin bone, skin bone. He can spare a share for a poor old troll, for he don't need his shin bone.
Said Tom, I don't see why the likes o' thee with that axe and leaf should go making free with the shank or the shin of me father's kin, so hand the old bone over, rover, trover. Though dead he be, it belongs to he, so hand the old bone over.
For a couple of pins, says Troll and grins, I'll eat thee too and gnaw thy shins. A bit of fresh meat will go down sweet, I'll try my teeth on thee now. He now, see now. I'm tired of gnawing on old bones and skins, I've a mind to dine on thee now.
But just as he thought his dinner was caught, he found his hands at a hold of knot. Before he could mind, Tom slipped behind and gave him the boot to larn him, warn him, darn him. A bump of the boot on the seat, Tom thought, would be the way to larn him.
But harder than stone is flesh and bone, of a troll that sits in the hills alone. As well set your boot to the mountain's root, for the seat of a troll don't feel it. Peel it, heel it. Old Troll laughed when he heard Tom groan, and he knew his toes could feel it.
Tom's leg is game since home he came, and his bootless foot is lasting lame. But Troll don't care, and he's still there with the bone he boned from its owner. Donor, boner. Troll's old seat is still the same, and the bone he boned from its owner. This poem is by JRR Tolkien. He wrote Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. This poem is from the first book of Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. All of J.R.R. Tolkien's poems that he wrote in Lord of the Rings are songs, but there's no music to go along, so they're read as poems. When the poem was sang in the book, it was in remembrance of the trolls that Bilbo and his party slayed in The Hobbit. It was sang in order to help lift the spirits of the party. The poem is about a man named Tom who tracked down a troll that stole his uncle's shin bone. And he has an encounter with the troll, and as you know, he doesn't end up getting the shin bone.
In this poem, there's only one instance of onomatopoeia. This is in the 6th stanza of the poem, when Tom kicks the troll. This is the only place in the poem where any action really occurs, and onomatopoeia contributes to that and helps create a sense of action. This poem has a set rhyme scheme of AA, B, CC, A, C. This rhyme scheme contributes to the abstract feel of the poem and also the poem's uplifting tone. Throughout the poem, there are also many instances of internal rhyme. This is one example. Along with many other sound devices, internal rhyme helps keep the poem sounding lighthearted and interesting.
Though this poem has a set rhyme scheme, it's able to flow really well because Tolkien uses enjambment and end stops in a variety of ways throughout each stanza. This poem is also in free verse. There is no set rhythm. It varies from line to line. It doesn't even carry over to each stanza what line is what rhythm.
Throughout the poem, there are many examples of alliteration, including these. The alliteration adds to the uplifting feel of the poem and makes the poem flow better when spoken aloud.
Assonance and consonants are used prolifically throughout the poem. This, like alliteration, helps add to the uplifting spirit and the abstract feeling of the poem.
Over the misty mountains cold, to dungeons deep and caverns old, lost